a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740. Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, National Player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome into 6 p.m. in Lincoln with former Nebraska linebacker Chris Kolarevic.
Intercepted, ball game over. Picked off by Chris Kolarevic.
This is 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're in studio. We're waiting on our guest right now. We have Marquis Stepp coming on the show, my good friend from playing in Lincoln. He transferred in from USC. We'll get to that intro in a second. I do have some life news to announce here. I put a post out on social media today, and I started my first coaching job this week. And I could not be more excited to get into the business. I spent a year last year away from football, trying to figure out what direction I wanted to take my life. My career was very tumultuous. I moved a long way away from home early on at 17 and had a lot of injuries, had a lot of coaching changes, played in Canada, cut from the NFL. My career was very up and down, all over the place. And at a certain point, I got burnt out from the sport. But since I was 5 years old, my first love was football. And it was all I ever really wanted to do. It was all I ever really wanted to watch. And now I get to get paid to watch football and coach kids. And I could not be happier with the decision that I made. I'm beyond excited about it. So I started at Iowa Western. I'm coaching DBs over at Iowa Western. It's about a 45, 50-minute drive from here. So I'm still going to come in and do the radio show. Shout out to Coach Strohmeyer. Shout out to my former teammate, Darius Moore, getting me on the staff. I'm really excited to get started. And I just missed football last year. I'll tell you that. I had a hard time even watching the sport because I have such an emotional tie to the sport, and I put my whole heart and life into this sport when I was playing it. I lived, breathed, ate, slept football every day. It was all I wanted to do, and that's how I feel again with this coaching job. And you know, I spent a lot of time learning lessons the hard way. I never really had any family that did football. I just really loved the sport, and I had some great mentors along the way, but I had to kind of make a lot of mistakes and learn things the hard way. And what I'm excited about is to be able to coach kids and maybe smooth their path out a little bit, maybe make things a little easier for them than they were for me, and just pass on a lot of the wisdom that I've learned in my time coaching or in my time playing now as a coach. So we just started spring ball last week. I'm getting to know the players, getting to know the playbook a little bit, and I'm just excited for the opportunity. Hang on, Marquise just texted me. He says, "Do I sent?" Hang on, this is bad radio, but I'm texting him back right now.
That's all right. I didn't see it. He popped on for a second, but we lost
For a second, he just texted me, "Do
Yeah.
I call you?" And I sent him the link, so I don't know why he's thinking he's got to call me. So he should be hopping on in a second. But yeah, life changes, and you know, I'm glad I spent. I shouldn't say I'm glad, but I spent a year away, and it really rejuvenated me. It really recharged me, and I'm ready to attack this next phase of my life, and I'm excited about it. So, has he hopped on yet?
Not yet.
All right. So I can start giving a little background on my good friend Marquis Stepp. He grew up in Indianapolis, was a pretty big recruit out of Cathedral High School, and went and played at USC for, I believe, 2 years. He played at USC, maybe 3. Played running back, and ended up transferring to Nebraska because they were running the air raid offense at USC when they got a new coach in. So he's more of a power running back. He's like 230 pounds. So he transferred to Nebraska.
Yes, sir. My boy Chris, man. What up, man?
I can't. Is he on the video?
He will be in a second.
Okay, cool. What up?
What up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just so we've been on this. I've been on air for about 3 minutes. I kind of gave a little update on my life. Talked about my decision to go coach.
Yeah.
Talked about, you know, I'm excited to pass along a lot of the lessons I learned the hard way to these kids.
Yeah.
And then I was getting into giving a little intro on you. And I said, I talked about started in Indianapolis, went to Cathedral, USC, Nebraska, then Nebraska to WKU, signed by the Jets. And that's kind of where I left off when you picked up.
Yes, sir, man.
So how's life? Give the listeners an update on how's life. How's Marquis Stepp doing on April, what is it, 6th? April 6th, 2025. How's Stepp doing?
Man, bro, I'm doing great, man. I can't complain. The football stuff was great. Recently started working, man, and life has just totally changed for me in a positive way, bro. Once you adapt to it, you really start to see yourself take off in ways that sometimes you can't even imagine. So it's just been great, finding new things that you're good at outside of the sport.
Yeah, that is a good feeling. And realizing that, I can be good at things. I can be good at a lot of things, not just football. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, facts. And, the football stuff, man, it's fun, doing the same thing every day for your, that you've done since you were younger, but it's, sometimes you don't understand that it can also be limiting. So like just figuring out yourself outside of that is just like, the next step to where you want to go, man.
It absolutely can be limiting.
Yeah.
So what kind of things have you found about yourself or the world in the last, 6-8 months that you've been out of football? What have you been discovering? What have you been finding?
Bro, you just really understand I feel like your true potential, man. Like usually I'm so used to using my body, you got to use your mind too. But at the end of the day, this job that I'm doing right now, working at a marketing firm, bro, it's kind of like the same thing. You use the same habits that you build through football. You come into the, real world, kind of apply those, and then the same things work out. The same success you had in football, you have in the real life. So I think
This is true.
understanding like how valuable all the lessons you've learned and just apply them to, what you're doing currently. Yeah.
And you've been 4 different places playing. So you've been around a lot of people, seen a lot of things, been a lot of places.
Yeah,
Learned a
facts.
lot of lessons in those times, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. I would say, the biggest lesson I think is like you can either use adversity as a tombstone or a stepping stone, and so
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
all about
That's
like
what I'm talking. Yeah.
you can either
Yeah.
use it as a tombstone or a
When you
stepping
get buried,
stone,
you can stay buried, or you can grow from it.
or you can grow from it, man. It's only two ways, and so as soon as you accept that adversity is gonna happen and you use it as a stepping stone, it's kind of like after that you're bulletproof, bro.
Yeah, you do kind of become bulletproof. You can get a little bit jaded towards the
Yeah.
losses, and you get a little bit. I find you get a little bit jaded, and you just keep it moving regardless of what's happening. Because I remember, I think we were kind of going through the same thing in Nebraska, where times were hard and a lot of coaching changes and things were going down at the school. And I remember personally, I used to get really down. I used to get really in my feelings about it, and sometimes not show up the best the next day, or it would take me longer to rebound. But as I've grown, you get a little bit jaded to those emotions of losing or feeling down. And the next day, you can still show up and be the best that you can be, regardless of what happened the day before.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like Nebraska, bro. That was a different. That I feel like that really truly makes you, understand who you are and
Mhm.
how you better a situation that we weren't winning, bro. There's a lot of things outside that if that people don't see that you just can't control. And so like going through those things on an everyday basis and still having to show up and play. Some people handle it different. For me, I think I handled it in the wrong way. Like I was like, it was my first time really ever facing any type of adversity as far as football goes. So when you're introduced to that, sometimes it's a bigger learning curve for others. And for me, it definitely like on the back end, I'm happy I went through it because it made me the person I am today, bro. And like it was a whole different mindset after the things you go through there, and then just to still reach that end goal, signing that contract was amazing, bro. It was no better feeling. So just using all the adversity that you learn, like I said, the stepping stone, bro.
It was a stepping stone because you
It
did
was a
you did
stepping
sign a
stone, bro.
contract with the Jets.
Yeah, it's everything that you kind of wish that didn't happen, but glad that you definitely
Mhm.
go. And
Yeah, 'cause you go to these. It's like you go into a hole. It's like you go into the ground, and you have to. If you feel stuck, you feel buried, and you feel like you're in these dark times. You're in these times when things are hard, and it's in those times when it's kind of quiet. Like there's really not much going on other than you and your thoughts, and it's like you got to figure out what makes you tick, what makes you get up in the morning, and what keeps you solid, what grounds you to what you're doing.
yeah, and I think it's all like habits based. Once I felt like I changed my habits too, like it also opened up a whole nother door. Like shout out Flat, man. Flat got
Yeah,
everybody right out there, bro.
he
Like
did. I had Slide on last week. He was here a week
yeah.
ago.
Yeah, I remember Flat, bro. Like I
Yeah.
remember, bro, changed my life, bro. My whole like trajectory on how everything went. Even when you face adversity at the next school, and then the next school, bro. It was just
Yeah,
like,
he's one of the best humans I've
yeah,
ever.
one of the best humans I ever came across. What he did for me, I literally remember just like sitting in my room, after I had the spring ball exit meeting, everything was fine, and then I came out there. I remember not wanting me to be back on the team, bro. And I remember just like thinking like football, all of it was over, bro. I was ready to go back home, and then I had to finish out school before like I hopped in. They made like I had to go in the portal and stuff. And so
Mhm.
then I remember, bro, I was thinking about two things, bro. I tell this story 1,000 times to you, but like for other people to hear it.
Go
It's
ahead.
like the difference between bulls and cows, bro. They run into the storm. Bulls run into the storm. So it's gonna be hard, but you gotta you'll get through it faster because you're just going through it. All the weather, dark days and stuff, you're going through it. But cows, bro, they run away and that stuff follows them for the rest of their life. And
Mhm.
I thought about one day, bro, when we have kids and stuff, how I'm gonna be able to look at them like when they ask me about this time, bro. And so like at that moment, bro, I remember I just said, forget it, run through the storm. Literally the next day, I remember hitting up Slat, finding I think you gave me the contact of Slat actually. And
Probably.
I remember hitting him up the next day, bro, and get into it. And then after that, it was just like a slowly trajectory up, man. And just it's all about how you handle it for real, bro. Like
Yeah, it
that
is.
changed my whole mindset on life, bro. That whole experience. That whole
Yeah, I think when you can figure out how to face your problems head on like that and not run away from them or not numb them or find things to numb them and face all those emotions head on and force yourself to kind of sit with those emotions and feel them and then keep moving regardless of how you're feeling or what's going on, that's when you really become strong.
Yeah, bro.
And it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And it takes a lot of losing, I think, in order to get to that point. Because I'm somebody, I really don't like losing. Like I get
losing,
upset.
bro. Hate it. Hate it.
I'll lose like a
Hate it.
mini hoop basketball game, and I will just be disturbed. It'll
Disturbed.
bother me for a while. Like
Bro,
I'm
even
somebody
like
who really doesn't like losing, but I had to figure out how to lose and still keep my spirits up and still keep showing up.
it's terrible, bro. Because like and then it's like once you lose, once you find that way to learn, that's when it's the greatest thing. But like losing for me, bro, I hate it because this is like, especially in something like football, bro. You work so hard towards it, bro. You get shot down, you're like, God dang, this shit not working, bro. And then next thing you know, bro, it's just
You
like
literally put your whole life into it.
your
You put
whole life, bro.
you
Everything
have
you thought
into
of,
this.
bro. Like you put
Like
your
no
everything
backup
into that shit.
plan, nothing. There's just
Backup
your
plan.
whole every day is just thinking about how do I make this work, and then it doesn't work
Yeah.
because it's it's because I'll get upset about like a mini hoop basketball game, but then there's something where I put my entire heart, soul, and life into of every waking second of my day. I'm thinking about, and I lose at that.
Yeah.
How do you bounce back from that? How do you keep moving after those type of issues?
Yeah, facts, bro. And then like low key, like we were telling you about like the JUCO stuff, bro. Like the insight you gave me on that, those kids, bro, they going through it probably 10 times worse than we did at a, D1 school. So how's that experience been for you? Like how's that?
It's been awesome. I started, well, I kind of started 2 weeks ago, but we started spring ball on Monday. First practice was Tuesday. And it's been so amazing to see this side of things because I never saw this side of things. I never saw the JUCO route. I went to Northern Iowa first, and then I went to Nebraska. So I never saw this JUCO route where there's just people who were overlooked. There was people who maybe made a mistake who need to get right, whether it's with school, whether it's with their life. Something happened where they need to get right. But there's a lot of really talented players. And what I'll say is I see all these kids, and I'm probably learning more from these kids than they're learning from me. As far as I'm seeing kids who, 18, 19 years old, and their spirits are up every day, even though their life took a wrong turn or something happened that like some of them, for example, they had offers they were going to sign on signing day, and then their offer got pulled on signing day, and now they're at JUCO. So they didn't even really do anything wrong. They're just here because something happened that was outside of their control. But I see these kids, and they're still showing up every day with high spirits and going and attacking it like nothing even happened. And I've gained a lot of respect for people that come out of JUCO, because one thing that I didn't know about JUCO is how many players are on the roster. So for the season, there's 70 players on a JUCO roster.
Yeah.
But in the spring ball, there's 90 of them right now, and then we're bringing in another 100 for fall camp. So there's going to be almost like 200 players on this roster. And we're going to have to cut 60% or like 65% of these players. And it's just showing me how much of a dog you have to be to get out of JUCO and make it. You have to be a real guy to get out of that situation. And I've gained a lot of respect for those type of players because to get out of JUCO, you have to have that dog in you. I remember I had a coach named Ryan Clinton. He's now the O-line coach at Iowa State, but he was my O-line coach at UNI. And he did 3 years. He was on the Rose Bowl team. He was a captain on the Rose Bowl team at center for Oregon with Marcus Mariota. And then after that, didn't make the NFL and decided to coach. And he went to JUCO for 3 years and then got the UNI job. And he would always talk about how JUCO made him a dog and how he instills that dog in his players every day. And because I think you're in this situation where like it's not on TV. Nobody's really watching. We're playing at a high school stadium. I mean, the facilities are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Like this place, Iowa Western, I have to talk up Iowa Western because the facilities are actually beautiful. Like the weight room is high class. Locker room is beautiful. Everything about the facility, the food's great. Everything about the place is awesome, but nobody's watching you play. Like it's kind of in the dark. You're kind of in this mode where the only people that you're really around and interacting with are the people on your team, because you don't really have a bunch of people watching you play.
Yeah.
So you have to find that real inner strength to be able to show up regardless of whether you got people clapping for you or not, and still go chase what you're chasing and do what you're doing. And so I gained a ton of respect for anybody that's able to come out of JUCO. And there's a lot of people that come out of JUCO.
Yeah, bro. When you broke that down to me, like how in the off season, how many people there are, I was like, Jesus, bro.
Wow.
Like that's
The
a lot
competition
of
is
people.
crazy. The competition, like the level these guys are competing at, and the way that they have to show up every day and be focused is just, it's a different level. Like it's a different level of competition. Like we'll move guys up from first to fourth on the depth chart and fourth to first daily. Like they're in there competing every single day, and it's amazing to see. It's energizing. It's brought me energy. It's brought me life.
Yeah.
I can feel it. Like my spirit just loves this place because it's just a bunch of kids competing. It's a bunch of people competing to be the best and get to where they want to go. And there's nobody shying around it. We all want to get to Division I. All these players, they all want to get to Division I, and they're all chasing it together. And it's the best players going to play, and we're going to try and get you to Division I. And if you play, you're going to go.
Yeah. So do you guys get like a lot of D2 schools that come out there to get like your players and everything too as well?
Yeah, it's every level comes out. Every level comes out. I mean, obviously you have different levels of players that'll go to different schools. Yeah, I mean, kids will go all over the place. I don't know the exact numbers, but our head coach, Coach Strohmeyer, he's won however many national championships. I mean, it's got to be at least 5 in 20 years. I mean, he's
like
built
that.
his program
Yeah,
into
like
a powerhouse. Like they lost in the Natty last year by 5 points, and he's put, I don't want to say a wrong number and be wrong, but it's something like 300 players in Division I or something like that. Like it's something astronomical like that. Where I mean, even last year, all 4 DBs that started went Division I, Power 5, all 4.
I gotta say, hey, that boy D-Mo getting it in out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to D-Mo.
Shout out.
That's crazy. You guys are working in the same. You have the safeties, right? And he has the corners.
Yeah, I'm kind of just learning the ropes right now, because I got here right when spring ball started. So I'm learning the playbook, I'm learning the players, and yeah, we're working this room, and he was here last year, so it's his room, and I'm doing a lot of learning right now and just trying to help out where I can, just provide input where I can, and it's been awesome. He's a great coach, and he's going to go places.
Yeah. Bro, it's kind of crazy. Like that whole Nebraska locker room, those were like everybody from that locker room, man, were just very tight knit. I feel like during those kind of like, not necessarily like a JUCO, but like, just like you said, the adversity that you face on a day-to-day basis, those kids there, man, kind of the same thing. A lot of people, I feel like at Nebraska kind of was going through those same emotions, and then it's just crazy to see how everybody like sprouts once they left and everything like that, man. It's just
there's two things there that I want to touch on. One is, I think what I've noticed is adversity, going through something together, brings you together more than winning does.
It does, bro.
It builds a bond that's tighter than winning would. It just does. And obviously winning brings people together, but like when you take some heavy losses that are really not sitting right and things are going really bad, that brings a group together like nothing else.
Out there, bro. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
and then number two, there's the guys in that locker room are going to go on to do great things. A lot of them. And we can rewatch what I'm saying right now in 15 years and look back on what I'm saying, and it's going to be accurate. There's going to be a lot of guys in that locker room that go on to do great things, because it was such a hard period of time, and we had to learn so many of these deep lessons really early in our lives. And a lot of these people in that locker room are going to go on to do great things.
Yeah. I mean, like that environment, man, like just being in that environment, you really, I think everybody was really introduced to them true selves at a very young age. So like, especially like you got to think, man, there was kids that were 18, some 17, especially the early enrollee. Well, we were like 21, 22 in there, bro. Like you got to think, man, like it was crazy. Like when you face adversity at a young age, bro, it does something to you that you make sure like nobody ever kind of does again. It's like, I'm never going through that again. Like
you're right. You said something that was important, I think.
Yeah.
That that type of adversity at a young age or at any age, when you go through something that's that challenging, when something is that hard, it introduces you to your real self. And forces you to either stay in that or grow. Because when those things are happening, it's gonna bring out the worst in people. It just is. When things are going that bad, it's gonna bring out the worst in pretty much everybody. Because you're just trying to get through it. You're just trying to get through another day. And a lot of times you have to be a version of yourself that you don't even necessarily want to be. But that's the real you. And you can either be confronted with that real you and see the real you and hide from it, or you can confront it and try to grow and be better.
Yeah, facts.
But it's hard at a young age. But I think you really are going to see a lot of people who felt that growth and saw themselves and let it look themselves in the mirror and really ask themselves, who am I and what am I doing here? And they're going to end up doing great things.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. I think even in the real world, bro, like when you get that period done playing football and you're like really done with it, man, and you think like, dang, like this is a whole, like now it's like those first few months where you're just like thinking about it. But once you're already expressed to those emotions at a young age, bro, it kind of makes you go back into that time and like, all right, bro, if I can get through that, I can definitely get through this. And so like, I think that's really the biggest thing. Anybody transitioning into that real world stuff, even me, like definitely that money, bro. It's out there, bro. You just gotta find the right opportunity and run with it, especially any athletes, man.
Whatever path.
Yeah, I can really say like you kind of got the upper hand as far as like mentally. The mentality is just like you gotta understand how rare you are amongst everybody else.
Pressure really does make diamonds.
Yeah, it does, bro. And I feel like everything's been, for me, it's been going great. And then also the coaching, bro, man, still like, as far as, how far do you want to take this coaching stuff? You into it, me and you talked about it, both of us, one day being at, some schools coaching and everything. How far do you want to take it, man?
I want to see how far I can take it. I want to push myself to be the best coach Chris Kolarevic can be, the best coach CK can be. I want to be the absolute best that I can be and make everybody around me the best version of themselves. That's really my ultimate goal. And I don't have a limit on what I think I can achieve. I don't have a limit on where I feel like I can go. And I want to show up and just be the absolute best version of myself and get the best out of my players, get the best out of everybody around me at all times. And that's really my ultimate goal.
Yeah. And I know like, bro, that coaching stuff is the reason why I do want to get back into it. Cause it's like, man, all the things that we just went through at Nebraska, getting that, just going, out there coaching in front of 80,000, bro, never under the lights. Just, certain people on the hit list that you just, low key trying to get to, man.
You said it. There's certain, there's certain emotions that I have tied to football. There's certain things that I felt like should have gone differently. And I just want to have the biggest impact that I can and show up the best that I can. And look, I want to be a head coach one day. I'll say it. I'm very open about that. I want to see how far I can take this and make every situation that I get into better than when I left it, better than when I found it.
Yeah, facts. That's the thing. Anybody that, it's a lot of kids in the locker room that probably have the same emotions that we did. And so just like to any kid out there, man, it's like everything, honestly, in football is possible. If you really just put in the work, you got to cut habits out that, feel like we're hindering you at that time. And just do what you got to do, man. Because once it's over, bro. That's what people don't realize. But once you really stop doing it, it's over, bro.
But all those emotions that you feel, that you try to run from, that's really your fuel.
Yeah.
That's where I think things get messed up for people, is they try to run from or numb these emotions that they have instead of using those emotions to push them further.
Yeah.
And that's really the ultimate use of those emotions and those hard things is using them to push and using them as fuel to get up in the morning and go chase what you want to chase.
Facts. You think what's been like the biggest transition from you going back, getting back into coaching and being away from football from a year, man? Like, how is that, getting back into the playbook, the swing of things, the crazy schedule? Like, how's that been?
I talked about this a bit at the beginning of the show, but I had a lot of adversity when I was playing. I had a lot of injuries, coaching difficulties, moving to different states, moving to a different country, playing all over the place. I had a lot of ups and downs, and football is the love of my life. I'll be open about that. Like, football is the love of my life, and it's been since I was 5 years old, and I needed a break. Like, I needed to put football in timeout. Like, I needed the time away from the game to almost just recover and recenter myself, to get my mind right, to get my spirit right, because I was so, like, burnt out from all the things that were going on. And after spending a year away from it, I feel extremely rejuvenated and ready to go attack this next challenge.
Yeah.
And so the getting back into the routine has felt really good, because we have 6:30 a.m. practice outside in the cold, and that's felt really good. I feel energized when I get up in the morning. I feel excited. I pop out of bed. As far as the biggest challenge or adjustment, I haven't felt too big of a challenge yet, but I also know that we haven't hit the season yet. We're still in spring ball. But I will say, just kind of getting back into the language of it, like getting back into because you spend a year away from things and your brain atrophies, like that part of your brain atrophies and
Yeah, definitely.
slows down a bit. So it's been kind of just getting back into the swing and feel of talking football, talking about cover three, talking about a cover three insert and what the safety's doing, where he's aligning, where all these things would have been automatic 2 years ago, but now I'm having to go back, and it's coming back quickly because I already know it. But just those things about football and the little football IQ things, those things are something that I'm having to pick back up again.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, getting back into ball and stuff would definitely probably be like challenging and everything, bro. Like, as far as not challenging, but like you said, that certain part of your brain you just haven't worked a little bit. So like that's the one thing I feel like that I've been trying to kind of get back into outside of work, man, is just try to get back to kind of learning some things. So when the
Yeah,
opportunity comes, when it does come, hopefully it just hit the ground running. But I
yeah,
definitely know the first time they talk about some fronts again and everything like
yeah.
that, I'm gonna
That's
be
what
like,
I mean.
oh
Yeah,
snap. I'm
we
the
started
reach like
talking about you know,
cover
cornerback
three.
alignments and cover three and odd front, even front. And it just took me a day. I had to go review my notes twice, which I normally wouldn't have to do. I had to go review my notes, like, okay, what's this? And I had to memorize everything. And it just took like an extra beat. But I know once I get in the swing of things, it'll be quicker. But it just took me a day or two to just kind of get that terminology, get that flow in my memory and understanding back.
How many coaches are about a team on JUCO?
Not very many. I think we have 8 coaches on our coaching staff.
Dang, bro.
Yeah.
So 8 right now in spring ball. There's 8 coaches managing how many kids?
I believe there's 95.
Holy crap,
Yeah.
dog.
And then in the
That's a
spring,
grind.
it's gonna be over 150 in the spring. Or in the fall, sorry.
So how do you guys how do you manage that? Like how do you guys manage to, be able to keep all those kids, locked in throughout fall camp, like or even now, bro, 8 out of 98 coaches for 95 kids is a
Yeah.
lot, man. So
First of
how do you
all,
guys
Coach Stroh is a really good leader. He just understands how to rally guys. He understands how to get guys motivated. But there's also a factor of there's so many guys and there's so much competition that you kind of have to show up every day. You can't slack. You can't take a day off because there's somebody coming to take your spot, and there's no hiding it. There's no beating around the bush. Like, everybody there is there to take somebody else's job, whether
Yeah.
it's the 4th guy on the depth chart or the 2nd guy on the depth chart. So I think that competition actually breeds more focus and attention from the players.
Yeah. I think what do you like you know me and you've been talking about faith a lot, bro. Like how do you think your faith has grown, like as far as like, going through those adversities and stuff like that, bro?
My faith has been interesting, man. I grew up in a Catholic school. I grew up with God as a pretty big part of my life. We went to mass twice a week as a school. I grew up learning about the Bible in religion class and sitting down an hour a day in religion class. And, we wore polos and we went to St. Francis, and that was a huge part of my life. And at time I've gone through phases where I haven't been as big into my faith, but I remember about 2 months ago, I was really going through something where I had to make a decision on what direction to take my life and what I wanted to do. And I always knew in my gut football was really what I wanted to do. And I had other great opportunities that I had on the table and that I was doing at the time. And I remember going and sitting in a Catholic church, not even during mass, but I went and sat in a church just in a pew by myself. And I just talked to God and I said, hey, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing on this earth? Where do I have the biggest impact on earth? Where is my voice most needed? And I think in those times when I'm lost or I'm confused or I'm at war with myself over a decision, that's when I go find God and I find peace. Like I find peace in God and I find him as kind of a backbone, something to lean on when I'm unsure and I don't know what to do and how to make a decision.
Yeah, bro. I think that's same thing for me, man. Like low key when I was at Nebraska, I felt like I was kind of low key. I grew up in a non-denominational church, and then middle school I went to a Catholic middle school called St. Matthew, then a Catholic high school called Cathedral. Shout out them Cathedral boys. Them boys still be going crazy, but I was in the church my whole life. And then, like you said, I kind of at times, wavered my faith, bro. And then when I got to college, I really kind of you get so caught up in football, just the life, bro. You just not really thinking.
No.
And then it was until the time I really realized, and when I was at Nebraska during that dark time, bro, that was the first time I really was like, man, I have nothing to lean on, honestly. And started getting way more into my word, bro. Just praying every day. Started, just changing, bro, my state of mind. And ever since then, bro, it's like as long as he's in your corner and you're always sometimes gonna go through phases where it's not as strong.
Definitely.
But it's always never, it's always just about never turning your back on him and always just.
I always wear this cross around my neck, even in times when I'm not as strong in my faith. I always got this cross around my neck as a reminder of that he's always with me.
That he's always with you, bro.
Always.
And
I hate to cut this conversation off because we're getting going, but we got to take a quick break here. We take two commercial breaks during the show, so we got to take one right now. We'll be back in 2-3 minutes.
I bet that.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
I tried to hide my cigarette smoking. Then I was rushed into emergency surgery to repair the damage smoking did to my heart. It shocked everyone because they thought I was healthy. Yet because I smoked, I had a severe heart condition that nearly killed me. My tip is, you may be able to hide your smoking from the world, but you can't hide from the damage smoking does to your body.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard, increase security, and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you need. Advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back. I hope y'all stuck with us through that break. We were on to some good stuff, so I want to let you continue. Are you with us?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can hear you guys.
I want to let you continue with what you were saying about your faith.
Yeah, man. So just going through those dark times, knowing God is there, man. It really puts you out of mind of like you don't have to worry as much. And just good things are coming, bro. When you know you're living right, doing the right things, being good to people. I feel like my worry just went down, and I was able to focus on that, have that clarity on what to focus on, what I was truly, meant to do.
Yeah, I agree. I think that when I talked about peace, what I would dive in and say about peace is you get that clarity, you get that ability to think clearly because you have that center, you have that rock, so you're able to think clearly about what direction you want to take things, about things that you're doing, because things get tumultuous. There's a lot of storms that come along in life that will really throw you off track. And if you're not really solid in what you're doing and what your foundation is, those storms will throw you off track.
Yeah, that will. And then once you get thrown off track, bro, sometimes when that confidence is shocked too, along with that, you're digging like hell to get back, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, definitely don't want to be in that position because some people don't ever come back from that. Majority of people don't, man. I think it's just really like, you really just gotta be a different type of person to come out of that. And that's really like the thing about it.
Digging your way out of those holes is really hard.
Yeah, it's important
because
man.
I think that's where I have a lot of respect for the JUCO people and everybody who's done JUCO is you have to dig your way out of it without the applause, without people watching, without people cheering you on, or I should say not. There's people cheering you on, obviously your family or close friends watching, but in general, it's done in the dark, and it's done when you're at a point in your life where you have to dig your way out of a situation, and it's challenging because like in that level, in that space, the competition is so heavy and there's so many people trying to make a name for themselves and get out, and you have to really put your best foot forward every single day in order to do it.
Yeah. And those kids, man, I just, there's a couple kids I know from JUCO. Nebraska, we had a lot of kids from JUCO, honestly, man. And kind of just like attest to their character, man. Like they were all, I feel like a lot of those dudes were just good people, very humble, but just very hungry. They understood the opportunity that was in front of them, and then really took it serious and never looked back. And so like, even though I didn't play JUCO, those kids out in JUCO, man, y'all got me respect because there's a lot of great stories. I mean, like Tyreek Hill, bro, like just him alone, bro, like crazy, like. It's never over really until you really start, resonating that.
Hey, we beat. Iowa Western. Iowa Western beat Tyreek Hill when he was in.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. How many yards did he have? Or you guys shut him down? Or?
I don't know. I didn't get that type of detail, but I know we won the game.
Yeah, facts. But dang, yeah, it's just like I feel like that's a very and out of that, man, just you said 130 kids around there. Just them being able to come out, that's like a crabs in a bucket, bro. It's a dog eat dog world, and just think 130, I feel like you gotta be really special, dog. Really special.
You got to be special, but also I think that coaches know what they're getting when they get a kid out of that program. Like they know that they're getting somebody that's ready to go play for them. They're getting a kid that's tried and tested through those times and is able to go play.
Yeah, those like I said earlier, that stuff will make you bulletproof, and those kids, it's only another step in the right direction. And if they, honestly, bro, in there, it feels like you can go either way. I don't know, like I've never been in it, but it seems like you can go let that hard situation take you one down path that you'll just never probably come back from, or you just keep taking the steps in the right direction. So
yeah. And it's hard. I think the hardest time to take the steps in the right direction is when everything's going wrong.
When everything's going wrong, that's who you really find out who you are, bro.
Right.
When things are back against the wall. How was that drive from Iowa, man, today?
It's not bad. It's really like 45, 50 minutes. It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep doing the show. I don't want to have to zoom in. I don't want to have to get a mic at my house or my apartment. I'd rather come in the studio. I really like the studio. I got Jake, best producer in the country, over here. I got a studio with the mic. I got the camera. I got everything set up for me here. So I'll drive the 45, 50 minutes here once a week to come do this. I love doing it. I got a fair amount of people listening now. A lot of family and friends tune in, and the show's growing, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm having a lot of great guests on, and it's a great opportunity for me to connect with some really great people. I've had some awesome people on the show over the last 4 or 5 months. And it's a really great opportunity to have these type of conversations where we just talk about real stuff. We talk about their stories. We talk about life. We talk about anything that we want to talk about. And it's just a great platform to do that. And I have the whole studio, and it's worth the 45, 50-minute drive for me every week.
Yeah. Man, I feel like, what's the biggest difference from, Iowa, being in Nebraska, and then going to Iowa Western, you're in a city like Omaha, and now you got to go to Iowa Western. What is that?
So Iowa Western, I don't know how much you know about it, but it's in Council Bluffs, and the only thing that separates Omaha from Council Bluffs is a river. So it's like Council Bluffs is pretty much the same as Omaha. It's like
I didn't know that.
Last night we went downtown and watched the Final Four game at a Mexican restaurant downtown in Omaha. So people go back and forth like it's a 10-minute drive from back and forth. So it's really not much different. I pretty much stay in that campus area during the week because I've got a lot of work to do, watching film, practice, workouts, things of that nature. So I stay around that area mostly, but it's really not much different because Omaha is that close. It's right there.
Yeah. Dang, yeah, I didn't know that at all.
So it's Iowa, but it's like right on that border. Like the border is right there.
Yeah, I need to find a charger for my phone. Oh crap!
Are you on your phone? You're recording on your phone?
Yeah, bro. I left my MacBook at the office. So
I don't know if you know this, but the video screen. I can't actually see your face when I'm talking. If I'm looking forward, I see the camera, but the video is behind me. What percent are you on?
Like 1.
Yeah, we got to get you a charger. We got to get you a charger. If you got to take we're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go take a break right now, and we're gonna come back in a couple minutes. I'll let you go find a charger, and we'll be back soon.
All right, bet that, bro.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands, and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Raising Cane's is celebrating our golden birthday year. Join the party with golden chicken fingers and a limited edition golden blush puppy that benefits local pet organizations. Get yours while supplies last. See RaisingCanes.com for details. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back for one last. This will be, 10 minutes, Jake? We got 10 minutes left? All right, Steph, we got 10 minutes left.
10 minutes, man.
The radio. Did you find a charger?
Yeah, man. I got a charger. Is it coming through clean over there, man?
Yeah, it's coming through clean. You're good.
All right, about that, man.
And maybe try turning your phone sideways. Can you turn your phone sideways?
Yeah.
That might look better on the video. If not, it's not a big deal. I just figured it might look better on the video. I didn't even notice that. Hang on, let me see. It's a little bit of a delay on the screen here. I'm watching. Oh yeah, that's way better. Okay, cool. So talk to me about your transition from like your transfers. Talk to me about your transfer from USC and then your transfer from Nebraska to WKU.
Yeah, man.
Those are I think those are things that would be valuable for. I mean, everybody's transferring these days. It'd be helpful for some people maybe listening that are going through that or might go through something like that where they're going to new environments where they don't know anybody or leaving a school, whatever it is. It might be helpful to talk about some of the things that you learned or went through in those situations.
Man, that's a great question, bro. Honestly, man. So when I was at USC, playing as a young guy, doing pretty well out there, man. Sometimes what I've realized when I transferred to Nebraska, you bet on yourself a lot of times. I think, I probably had some of the wrong advice at the time. Being young and, gullible, you kind of just like, you're thinking of not the long term necessarily. I was thinking so in the moment, like just like making emotional decisions. And so then I went to Nebraska and it kind of went the opposite way than what I was expecting. And so like I learned a lesson there, man. I wouldn't even say it was a loss. I learned a lesson. Just because like sometimes in life not everything goes as planned. And not even when you think you're making a right decision that's better for you, sometimes you got to be patient and be where you're at and stay where you're at. I had a great setup there as far as just how everything was going. So then I transferred to Nebraska, expecting things to go the same way. But it didn't. It went everything that could have went wrong truly went wrong there. And it was the first time I ever sat the bench really ever in my career ever playing football. And so it was just like, dang, bro, like that was really a shell, like a shell shocker, bro. And but I needed it. And so it changed my whole perspective on life, like I kind of touched on earlier. But anybody that's going through it, it's just really got to truly evaluate the situation for yourself. Don't listen to all the outside advice, good or bad, even if they're just looking out for you. You truly have to evaluate all things, because sometimes that grass is just truly not greener. And so then I went to Nebraska, and then things didn't go well there, man. And then honestly, it really wasn't up to me to leave. I low-key wanted to stay. So you talk about, damn near getting cut from a college team, bro. You're damn like, fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, dang, like, that is brutal. And so, like, that was some brutal emotions. You think football is, like, so far gone. You're like, dang, I got to go to another school. It's like some emotions that I didn't think I was going to play football ever again. But then, like I said, I met Slat. Things started going well, man. And I would say, like, from that point forward, even when I got to WKU, I sprained my ACL right before the season started. Going in, feeling the best shape of my life, didn't see it coming at all. So dealing with that adversity was kind of, after going through the things I went through at Nebraska, that was kind of like, easy comeback from. And then I just showed a few flashes, man. And then Pro Day came around. I mean, well, training is a very big aspect of that. Anybody that is, I say, trying to get to that next level, the things that I learned through Pro Day, like get into some Pilates, you know what I'm saying? Get into some yoga, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in college, please start doing that stuff now, bro.
To me, I have something to add there. To me, it's about movement.
Movement, bro.
Whether it's
all
Pilates, whether it's yoga, whether it's going on a walk, whether it's, I don't know, going to a pool, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
as long as you're moving. Like, the worst thing you can do as an athlete is sit around all day and not do anything. Like, the by far worst thing you can do is have a day where you sit and don't do anything.
Yeah,
because your body completely changes when you do that. Like, if you can get any movement, even if it's just walk for 30 minutes, even if it's just hop on a stationary bike for half an hour, Like,
Yeah.
just move your body in any way, shape, or form every single day.
Hey,
Whether
hey,
it's Pilates, yoga,
please
that
don't
is
take
gonna
a day
keep
off.
you so much more right than anything else. Any type of, like, specific treatment that you're gonna try,
Dude,
any
oh
sort
my
of
gosh,
whatever,
anything else.
just one day, every single day having some sort of movement that will keep your both your mind and body right.
Yeah, and it's just like crazy when you go through that, like, pro day training. I'm a undrafted guy. I didn't get drafted and didn't have the greatest college career, none of that. But like that pro day training really taught me a lot. Just not even about like the football side, but just like the everyday discipline to be successful, bro.
Right.
And like it really takes you to a whole different level, man. And like I remember just like, man, like I try to give it out now because when you're in college, you kind of, at least when we were coming up, we wouldn't, NIL wasn't really all the thing. So you didn't really have the money to do all this stuff at the time because it was like just getting started. So like really it was kind of like the stipend. If you kind of just went off the
Stipend.
stipend, bro. You know what I'm saying? The stipend, hey, people don't probably know about the stipend no more,
The good
probably.
old days of college football. These
Good
kids
old
didn't
days
have
of college
millions. We didn't
football,
have
man.
millions. We had a couple $1,000.
Yeah, we had a couple $1,000, you know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
the stipend and stuff, it wasn't gonna cover no Pilates class on a regular basis. But definitely, if I would have known the stuff now, bro, like it would have been, unreal. Probably how different my body would have felt, developed, all that stuff. Like Pilates, really puts you in control of your body, bro.
100%.
And that was like the biggest thing for me. And then the pro day training, man, it was just great, man. Being around people that are, trying to reach that same goal. You're seeing people in the NFL at the training facility, kind of like, talking to them every day, just trying to pick their brain and everything. And then just all the sacrifices I made, just living as clean as possible, bro. And that really changed everything because, like, when you're doing that, you're doing everything possible to attain this once in a lifetime
Right.
type of opportunity dream, bro. And had my pro day at WKU, man. Did well there, man. And then had a mini camp with the Jets. Did a couple great things on special teams in that running back, man. And then was there at doing their off season stuff. Was doing good. Everything was going great, and then just suffered a crazy injury. Tore my hamstring off the bone a little bit, and fought like hell to get back. But then it just came to a point, where I was just like, man, like you did what you had to do. Shoot, sign an NFL contract, man. I was training like for 5 months trying to get back, bro. It just was not the same. And that's when sometimes you just got to be real with yourself. And then that's when I was like, man, I got into coaching at Purdue like the last 4 weeks of the season. Everybody, the season kind of didn't go great there. So, everybody, got fired, everything cleaned house. So then, man, it just was like a reality check for me. Found this job and then everything's been taken off ever since, man, to be completely honest.
Yeah, that's important where you're not holding on to it too long. There's a point where life does go on and life doesn't end when you're done. Like there's so much to do, so much to accomplish, so much to chase, and so much to make happen that when you're done. And it feels like life is over. It feels like I'm not playing in front of 100,000 people anymore, so life's over. But there's really so much more to chase, but you do have to start at the bottom somewhere. You have to start somewhere where you're not playing in front of that many people and you're really good at what you do. You're starting in a place where you're maybe not that good at what you do, or new and don't have any experience. So there's a lot to be learned there.
Yeah, man. So,
all right, we got the music playing. Jake's telling me we got to be done. We got to have you on again sometime though. This one was a good one.
All right, bet that. Yeah, we definitely gonna do this again.
Yeah, we should do it again. I'll see you later.
All right, see you, bro.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, National Player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing